Somebody could break it down.
Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
That's right, because when you in this truth, demons is you more susceptible to demons. You doing the right thing. Of course, Satan's gonna try to stop you.
Set thy heart aright. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
That's right. You gotta constantly endure, because it's not just one hurdle that you gonna have to leap. You know what I'm saying? Like in a race, it's a race. In the 100-meter hurdles, they don't get just one hurdle right there. You gotta hop one, then it's another one, then it's another one, it's another one. You gotta constantly endure. You gotta keep overcoming, because Satan gonna keep fucking with you.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? When things get bad, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be on point. You gotta what's the word I'm looking for?
So
Kind.
if you just if you panic when them days come, you gonna end up on the wrong side of the fence, man.
It's like when you boxing and shit, you don't just run. I mean, you can, like, of course it's been done. You can't just run at a nigga and throw a knee or something. Like if you an MMA or something. But you're not really just gonna go in there throwing haymakers, because haymakers knock niggas out. You're gonna pace yourself and actually be circumspect.
That's
what I'm saying? You're gonna watch your surroundings to figure out what you should do. Like when this fucking chip comes, we're gonna have to be circumspect. Okay, this chip is out. Now I gotta definitely, of course, definitely right now trusting the Most High, but that, like Elder Lakar said, man, that's gonna be that time when niggas gonna be falling out, cause niggas gonna be folding, man. Cause time is gonna get hard.
And 23rd is next Saturday.
Yeah. So in the days of trouble, man, don't be hasty, man. Be patient. Pace yourself. Like that race he was just talking about. You're not gonna just run. You're not about to run full speed.
Run through the hurdles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Run.
I seen one nigga do that, but he lost like a motherfucker. He kept falling, so he just said, fuck it. He just ran straight through him. Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Cleave to what? Cleave to the words of the Bible. Cleave to the truth. Hold it. You know what I'm saying? Staying fast in what you know to be true. What was the last part of that?
It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
That's right, because in the last end, what's going to be going down? Race riots, martial law, the chip. You know what I'm saying? So if you, like it say in Isaiah, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of the time.
What's your favorite scripture?
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that. You gotta know how to operate. So in the last days, you know what I'm saying, you'll overcome.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
That's right. If you getting chastened, you know what I'm saying, the Lord chasten whom he loves. You know what I'm saying? If you getting blessings, then you must be doing something right. You getting blessings. So whatever comes to you, just take it and roll with the punches. If the Lord putting something on you, he ain't gonna put nothing on you that you can't handle. And if he's putting something on you, it's the Lord's will anyway, so just rock with it.
And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
That's right, it's the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Say you get kicked out, you might be getting kicked out the truth, because you're not getting kicked out the truth, getting kicked out your household for the truth, because you weren't supposed to be in that situation. It might be a blessing in disguise. You may be getting persecuted for being in the truth and get put in jail. But the Bible says that that's going to happen. So, can you read that one more time, brother?
It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
That's right. So just calm down, be patient, you know what I'm saying? Take a deep breath, stay circumspect, do what you got to do to make it through this.
Yeah, because you might have days where you doing good, you feeling good, even in fucking captivity, you know what I'm saying? But then you might have days you done fucking lost $50 or you know what I'm saying. You at that low estate. So
Huh.
what? Bad shit's supposed to happen to you.
You in
said that.
captivity.
Job, shall we receive good of the Most High and not evil? So Job clearly he explained that. You know?
And the book of Romans says, rejoice in tribulations.
Kind
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
That's right. And the Lord said he was going to try us in fire. That's why we're going through these things right now. That's why we got to constantly endure to make it through.
Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall.
That's right, because you got to stay on that straight and narrow, like we was talking earlier. You know what I'm saying? You got the fire on one side, and you got the water on the other. And it's a straight and narrow path, and only one can go at a time.
I said, how can you get through there unless you go through an obstacle?
Right. So you gonna get those what's the word?
Ecclesiasticus 2.
You can let that brother read.
Ecclesiasticus 2 and 8. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
That's right. Just stay in his truth. Believe what you've learned to be true, and you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna fail you. I mean, that's plain.
Ye that
When it say you shall know the truth, and
The truth shall set you free. Kind of.
That's it.
Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because the Bible gives examples. Look at Abraham when he offered up Isaac, and the angel stopped him.
Let's do the spirit. Let's do the spirit. You know, he offered up Isaac, and I was reading the book of Josephus, man. I mean, it's a bad book. It go off here and there, but he was talking about how Isaac was of age. He was about like in his 20s, you know. So he knew better. Like we getting the shit, we getting all this, we getting the wood, the fire, you know. And he had to dip out, and he couldn't tell her, he couldn't tell her wife or nothing, you know. And then that's why he told the slaves like hang back, because he just like, you know, that's what the Lord said, man. You know, and that's before the Bible. So that shows that anybody that trusts in the Lord, they wasn't confounded. All right, because the Lord knew that Abraham wanted Isaac, man. You know, as far as a son, as an heir. You know, so basically that shows the favor that the Lord had. You know. Yeah. Talking about as far as the Most High, you know.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful.
Right, he showed mercy on David. That's a prime example. After David went off, he punished him. He went through his chastisement, but at the latter end, you know what I'm saying, David was a man of the Lord.
And forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
Right, with the people that fell out the truth, the people that didn't want to come out in the brick cold.
Yeah, I was thinking that. If the brother don't come out in the brick cold, and when it's cold out here, you lost patience, all right? Because you're supposed to be out here, and what it says endure hardness as a good soldier, man, all right? You no matter when you at war, man, you know, and you in a platoon, and nigga, I don't want to fight no more. You know, you gotta get out of here. You know, if you in the army, you talking about you don't wanna fight no more, you gonna get left. You know, everybody wants soldiers. What the word endure hardness to endure. It got the like I always say the not the etymology, but the blue letter. It goes into being a champion, man. Champion is you a fucking, you know, you know what champions do. They fucking win. You know? They don't give up. You know, like you were talking about the man out there fighting 100 niggas and shit. You know, these dudes and what they do, they prepare themselves. They work. You know, like the scriptures say in Romans that you get that through that faith, experience, and hope. Exercise when you work that, and how you exercise in this truth, with the scriptures, man. You exercise by the experience you know you're out here with. You know, not chilling out for a year or doing these things, man. Season. You know, for a season. You know, we ain't got time to chill. You don't. You know?
Right. Babylon is about to be destroyed. The Lord about to come back. All hell is about to break loose, and you don't want to come out in the cold.
You want to come out in the cold, you know? You don't want to sacrifice. And like I was watching on the comments with Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un talking this shit, right? So the dumbass Americans like Kim Jong-un must don't know who he messing with. America gonna obliterate him. I'm like, America will fuck him up. But you forget when that nigga shoot that nuke, it might land on your stupid ass.
Right.
You know, so you gonna get fucked up. You talking shit like this is modern warfare or something. No, man. The nukes can land on wherever you at. So this is a serious matter, man. People take this as America gonna be destroyed. Oh, but America got a badass army. We gonna come in and stump them out. You might stump one country out, but that country gonna fuck a lot of you up. Just like they went in Iraq. Was it Iraq or Pakistan? But wherever they went over there in the Middle East. They handled them. But them people really at the end of the day, they whipped their ass, man. Afghanistan. You know how many soldiers died? You know all that shit, man. You know, thousands. They won the war, but thousands of people died there mourning from that shit to this day, man. Yo, I had a partner that went out there. When we fresh from out of high school, a month later, died. You know? So these things, and that shit, you can't act like that shit don't exist. It didn't never happen. You may win the war, they didn't even win that shit. You know, cause what they plan was to fuck their ass up so much to go break America into debt. You know, because they played a part in that shit. They wasn't trying to outshoot you. They were trying to break your ass down economically. You know? Yeah. You got something?
Yeah. I mean, America got their ass whooped in Vietnam.
Yeah. That's why Vietnamese could come over here and open up China buffet and shit tax free. You know? That get that Yak 88. You know, Yak 88 spots. You know? They come over here and set up shop, man, because they got their ass whipped. You know? That's why, and another thing, man, that's why a lot of them, when Vietnamese, man, they Jake, man, because you know Jake been over there getting down. We seen out there presidents, with Chris Rock. I mean, not Chris Rock, but, you know, old boy, man.
Lorenzo Tate.
No, he played Smokey, man.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, yeah. You know, he was on, he got A's and shit, you know.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
You know, that's Pacquiao, you know, Jake, man, you know. They've been shooting off up in them holes over there, man, around that in the Philippines, all that shit, man. You know, just something to add on to it. Just some little side.
Ecclesiasticus 2:15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey His word, and they that love Him will keep His ways.
That's right, because if you love the Lord, you fear the Lord, so you can keep His commandments. That's how you get wisdom. That's how you should be operating anyways. If you call yourself a man of the Lord.
They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto Him.
You're going to keep the commandments, which is well pleasing.
And they that love Him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men.
That's right. Because I'd rather be chastised by the Lord for doing righteousness than punished by Esau for doing wickedness in his eyes.
You gotta get that. You gotta get that. That's a whole chapter on that. He didn't bring out a whole chapter. Second Peter's.
Oh, can I just grab this right quick?
Alright. Get Second Peter's real quick too. It's right there.
Hebrews 11 and 25. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
That's right. Can you read that one more time, Mike?
Hebrews 11 and 25. Choosing rather to suffer the affliction with the people of the Most High.
That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing this work out here in the brick code with the people of the Most High.
Than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Rather than being idolaters or eating pork or out here, you know what I'm saying, committing adultery. You know what I'm saying? We out here trying to do what's right. Trying to be those good citizens like we spoke about earlier. Opposed to being just a regular 2/3 nigga.
Lord don't like niggas, man. Alright. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 14, 4 verse 12. Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Yahushua's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
That's right, because you suffered just like the Lord did. He physically suffered for our sins, and now we, in this society, we're physically suffering, we're emotionally suffering, financially suffering. You know what I'm saying? We
like,
suffer in all manners of ways. Go ahead.
It's like Salaka. It's like when you got a football team, right? When they're getting their ass bust, you like, you know, that's my team though. But when they win that fucking Super Bowl, you know, you like, you know, you can rejoice in that because you roll with that team. But if you're a person that was jumping ship the whole time, you're on this side, you're on that side, you're on this side, then at the end of the game, it's like, no, nigga, you was just a spectator, you know. But if you
hopped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, but if you roll with that team, you know, like whoever your team is, you roll with them since they was garbage all the way up to that point, you know. So that's how it works with Christ. Basically, you roll being an Israelite when it was like not the thing to do, to the point when we get into the kingdom, that's the only thing to do. You know, so that's gonna be a glorious moment. But niggas that was jumping ship, that's why it says what, that they're gonna wake up to everlasting shame and contempt. You know, they're gonna be like, man, I was out there being a nigga and shit. You know, you really ain't gonna be eating your milk and honey, you know, and the berries and shit. Like, man, this bitch. I was a jive at a nigga in the kingdom. Jive at a nigga in America. You know?
What that old lady said?
Every chance I get.
Every chance I get, you know? All right, we got more to this though. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua,
Here goes the name, Nate.
yep, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High rested upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified.
That's right, because you did the right thing. You stood fast to what the Bible says.
It says, but let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. And that goes to show that what? You're going to suffer regardless. You know? You're going to suffer for good or bad. If you selling crack or you got a 9 to 5, you still making money. Nonetheless. So at the end of the day, you still gonna get taxed. You know, you don't get taxed doing drugs, selling drugs, but your ass gonna go to jail. That's gonna add up to a tax. You know? it's gonna add up to it, you know? Yeah, you get all that money back from it. Now you're $1.60 a week, man. That's what what the fuck you gonna do with that?
And then child support taking $1.50 of
some
it.
Slim Jims and make it a fucking steak and cheese.
My phone call home and shit.
Yeah. Verse 16. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify the Most High on this behalf. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
That's right, it's gonna start here with the people that's in the know. So all you niggas that's out here teaching false doctrine, you know what I'm saying, well, before you, it's gonna start at the men that were doing the right thing, the elect. And then it's gonna trickle down to you niggas that knew what the truth was, and you purposely, because you sold out or you just was going off, then it's gonna hit you on down.
Yep. Verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
That's right, because we just gonna make it out of here, Lord willing, by the skin of our teeth. So how you getting out of here? You getting out of here through a missile. You gonna be disintegrated, and your spirit gonna go to the third heaven. You had something else? Or there's some more in there?
He pretty much covered it all with that. That was good.
Can I get
I got a precept for y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
This Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth.
That's right. Whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth. You know what I'm saying? I had a partner. He went through some bad times this past weekend. The cops whooped his ass and some other stuff. I sent him that text. You know what I'm saying? Because he is actually trying to get right. He told me the other day, he said, man, you know what I'm saying, I want to study with you and your brothers. I said, yeah, I'm going to holler at him and see what we can do. And then a day or two after that, that's when it happened to him. So, you know what I'm saying, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, he can come in the fold. But, hey, even through us, when I lose some money, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know what I'm saying, you just got to chalk it up. Or whatever you're going through. If you the elect and the Lord loveth you, he gonna look out for his kids.
It says what? If you suffer as a murderer, then turn around and say if you suffer as a Christian. You're gonna suffer regardless. You know? You're gonna go through shit regardless, man. So why is you trying to make it in this society, talking about you going through? You're gonna go through whether you're in the truth or whether you're in the world. So you might well go through for doing the right thing and for doing the wrong thing, because guess what? Ain't no reward. You received your reward for doing whatever you've been doing. You know, whatever you trying to get your shine on, trying to be, you know, trying to fuck these hoes or something, you know, but these bitches stressing you out, guess what? You dealing with a whole in righteousness, she's still gonna stress you out. But guess what? When you get in the kingdom, you gonna get thousands of women. You know what I'm saying? But the niggas that then did what they did, they probably get about 5, 10, 500. You know, we gonna have it in abundance. We gonna have, you know, women's by the thousands. There's a big one, they probably have 100. You don't know. You know? No. Charity about this. You know, but it's gonna be a different level, man. You know, to where like the 12 disciples, man. 12 disciples gonna be balling, man. I ain't got a damn thing to say about it. They put in work. You know? So what you got to say about that? They got a bigger mansion than you know? It's not gonna be over 3 stories, of course, but it's gonna be by acres, miles, radius, you know?
First Peter 3:17. For it is better, if the will of the Most High be so, that ye suffer for well doing than for evil doing.
That's right. Read that one more time.
First Peter 3:17. For it is better, if the will of the Most High be so, that ye suffer for well doing.
Suffer was for right. Suffering for the truth. Suffering for the Akim.
Not suffering from being a homosexual. Because niggas suffering. You know? They're suffering by us talking and bringing these precepts out on them. By the world hating, that's why they're doing rallies and shit. Because people don't like homosexuals. But you'll suffer to be a damn homosexual rather than suffer to be a man of the Lord, man. That shows how wicked this society is.
What you say your uncle say? Get one.
Yeah, be a man and get you one. that's basically what it is. It's a borderline wicked quote to me. It's like wicked, but it's true. You know, and like, you know, be a man and get you one. That's it. You know, you either a man or you're not, man. All right, you can't work yourself up to being a man. It's decisions you make. All right, just like you can't work yourself up to being like you are the are you not. You know, when it's crunch time, you either gonna live, like I said, you're gonna live or you're gonna die. You're gonna fight for your life or you're gonna beg for it. You know, it's decisions, it's choices. Like I was saying earlier, you either win or you will lose. Try hard, that don't matter. Did you win? You know, you got niggas that tried hard in this truth and fell out. You lost. You gonna get the missiles. They ain't gonna be like, well, you had a good run. I think I'm gonna let you on the chariot. You know, you're full-blown homosexual now, but you know, you went hard for like 20 years.
You tried.
No, hell no, man. You wanna get on the chariot. You know, you got somebody like that come in at 50, or they come in at the last Trump. You know, and they going hard. They overcame. They won. Just like you did in the UFC at fucking age 54, you knock everybody the fuck out. You won. That's it. That nigga that been knocking niggas out for 20 years, but your last years you ain't losing. I mean, you all lost every fight. Niggas been knocking you out silly. You know, that's just what it is. You lost. It ain't about how hard you went. Unless you win, man, you try harder. That's what you fucking supposed to do. If that didn't work, you try harder, man. You know, niggas got that expecting a handout shit, man. Ain't no handouts in life, and ain't no handouts with the most high gonna give you what you deserve, man. You know, he gonna help you enough so you can do it on your own. You know, can't say you ain't got no time to read. You gotta make time. You know, if you can't watch TV, you can't do shit, then you can't do that, man. You know, it's things you gotta be willing to sacrifice. That's why I say he that loseth his life, man. Not he that balances his life out with his truth. You gotta you gotta be willing to lose everything. That's why the Lord wanted to do what? Try Abraham with Isaac. That's all he had. That's his inheritance right there. So that's what the type of people that the Most High want, man. He don't want no half. Well, let me go here. Well, I tell you what, since her womb is back over, let me have another son, and I'll come back to you and then sacrifice him. That's the type of moves niggas make, man. Instead of just saying, you know, shit, you know, you want everything, fuck it, you know. That's the mentality you gotta have, man. But let me pull this to the side. Let me duck this. What happened with when Peter had them niggas give up that pay them tithes and they had to sell their houses?
And then they kept back apart.
They gave up the ghost.
Trying to be slick about that shit too, man.
And it was they shit. It was they shit in their tithes. You know, let me hold this. I'm gonna give you. And it was, you know, honorable to a point. You still giving tithes, but let me hold this to the side. Man, you still die, man, because you ain't willing to give up all you had. You know.
Or the one that buried the penny instead of, you know what I'm saying, increasing.
Yup, I'm telling you, you're supposed to be willing to. Hey, that's why I was saying tonight earlier. He said that's a good thing you brought that out because you gotta be willing to take a chance with this. Because that dude, the brother that went out there and doubled it, he took that chance because he knew that it was worth it, man. And it's true, you gotta be willing to take that chance. and sacrifice your lives, then well, fuck it. I'm gonna take that chance to give up my life for this truth. You end up doubling it. You know, Job. You know, what you about to say though?
What did he say? He basically said he didn't go out and do the work because he knew that the Lord was an austere man.
Yeah. I knew you were a hard man. I ain't gonna lose that money.
You know, I was austere. Why you gonna do what I said do, man? And that's how Jake is, man. They can read the Bible. They can read all how the Lord was killing, man. He was allowing people to get stoned. That's something hard to bear. That's hardcore right there.
What it said, I know he's an austere man, so basically I don't want to go out there and mislead your people the wrong way. You gotta take that chance. You out there in sincerity and truth.
Exactly.
You know, you gotta go out there and take that chance and say, you know what? This is what I'm saying. This is what I read. This is what I believe is on. This is what it is. And if you get corrected, then you have to be able to be reproved. That's the thing about it, man. You know, a lot of people just scared to be wrong, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being wrong. Like I tell brothers, man, I just say shit. You know, brothers be like, man, that's what I just see it. That's how I see it. You know, and if I'm wrong, then I'm willing to be wrong. That's what it is, man. You know, but if you, like I said, you going and try to hide shit, you looking at a nigga out the corner of your eye, or you out here and you know a precept, you feel it's broken down this way, you know, and you just holding it back, not to manifest it to a full-blown doctrine on a low instead of getting reproved. You know, just like the situation when we was going, we did the sit down. You know, me and this brother went over it, you know, but then I called the elder. It's like, nah, it's talking straight about this. You know, it's in relation to that, but it's talking about straight speaking in tongues. You know, the 1 Corinthians chapter 14. It's like talking about straight speaking in tongues, but it is on that part though. It does have that part to play with that. So I said, okay, I got edified, I got corrected, and then did it. You know, I ain't try to hide it and secretly reveal, sit down.
Well, I already did it. I'm gonna just upload it or something like that. Truth and sincerity, man. Choose ye this day who you gonna serve.
This is not Wendy's, where you can sneak your way to the top. You can clock in and go hide in the back and smoke a cigarette and don't work and shit. You know, you can't get into this work. You can't clock into this truth and go hide in the back and smoke a cigarette, man. Because the Lord sees everything. That shows what people are doing. They're doing it from man and shit, man.
You can't brown nose your way into a chariot.
Yeah, you can't brown nose your way into a chariot.
First Peter 3:17. For it is better if the will of the Most High be so, that ye suffer for well doing than for evil doing.
That's right. You suffer for righteousness' sake, opposed to wickedness' sake. You know what I'm saying? And that's plain. Because like the brother said, you gonna go through it either way, so you might as well go through it for the right reasons. For the Most High. To get salvation. Opposed to being destroyed.
Yeah, that's stupid that these 2/3 niggas, they suffer for Esau, man, busting their ass at the plantation. But you won't bust your ass and keeping no commandments. You won't bust your ass and not eating pork and doing all manner of wickedness.
Like I always say, man, niggas
You gonna go through it regardless. Like the brother was saying, you gonna suffer anyway.
Niggas to find that weed, boy.
Yeah, wait for the weed, man.
Burn the precept.
Hey,
God loves everybody. I said, you don't say that, man. It was green. I'm smoking. You don't say it like that. You don't just say it's green. I'm smoking. But you say, well, he said it is true. You know.
on top of that, they can name like
sniffing and shit.
10 to 15 different weed names.
Right.
You know, fucking Kush and Keisha and all of that. But then don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't know 10 names out of the Bible, man.
I'll show you some brown weed and tell you some, you know, just an example. I used to smoke weed in the world, right? You know how nigga come up to you some brown weed, man, that's that dirt, man, right? When they come up to you, hey, man, that's the Lord. You know, they take that, man. You be white, you be Hindu, that the Chinese, Korean guy on 20 Jump Street. You know?
Yeah.
So it could be he's all color. Like the Edomite said, oh, he's all colors. There's no color in the Bible. You know, that's stupid. You know? That's just
What is leprosy then? Stupid.
yeah, leprosy in itself. You know? What is Esau when he was born?
Exactly. Why did it describe Esau? Why ain't say nothing about Jacob? Obviously he looked normal, nigga.
My Cush name is Cush.
Exactly.
Well,
Y'all lost, man. Y'all just take that L. Y'all lost. The Lord winning, and He's gonna win.
you want more?
No, that was it to that. So I too just keep going.
Nah. That was, you brother got something? Salute out.
With that being said, say death to America!
Death to America!
Death to the so-called white man!
Death to the so-called white man!
Death to the 2/3!
Death to the 2/3!
Death to the heathens!
Death to the heathens!
Bless the elect!
Bless the elect!
Double honors to the elders!
Double honors to the elders!
And all praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushai!
All praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushai!
Shalom! Kwam Yashala!